friends. So, as you can see through the few video clips there, we're using the Schrade SCHF42. The one is the Griffin design. It's got the nice, as I call, a full swoop drop point blade, I guess. So what I was just trying to show there, go more on the knife, but just using it as a carver, just to try to carve a spoon of this. Obviously it's rough, still needs some more fine detailing, but gotta go through the whole step. You can see you can do it. You can even turn around and use it to, you know, it takes time, but if you're going in, taking your time, you can actually turn around and carve out a bowl, not a problem at all, for a spoon. You know, as I say, definitely, without using a spoon knife, it takes a little bit more time, but it can be done. And, yeah. So, as a, using for a carver, if you want to carve yourself with a spoon and stuff, no, not a problem at all. It'll do the trick without a problem. So I think what I'll do is we'll go on to, and I'll show you a couple more things that I found over the last couple of weeks that I really love with the 42, and then we'll get into the full specs and everything else of it. So stick with us. So what I'm just showing here, guys, is what I was saying with the grind. This is a dead spruce, obviously, as you can tell it's down, but it's wedged between a tree there, and it's been off the ground, so the moisture hasn't got to it, and it's very, very dry. So it's hard. It shows just with the grind on it. I mean, you can very easily, the swoop on the front of it, turn around and get some really nice curls. Now, we'll turn around and obviously do this on a smaller piece, but this was here. I thought, what the heck? Why not use it and try it? But with the shape of the 42, I love the fact that you say with the handle and that, you can really, and with that swoop on the blade, the way it goes, it's so many different things that you can use it for. you can get in behind on the blade because of that nice swoop. You can get a nice pull action, and get some really fine shavings. So as you see there, hopefully I'm in view. You get some really nice curls. But let's try it on an actual piece that we would actually do as a feather stick and see how well that works. See that, guys? Like I was saying, that's cedar and it's really dry. But I mean, you can get some really fine feathers going. It's not the best piece of wood to be using to do it, but it shows it can do it. But the swoop on the blade, you can get it almost paper thin. Better. There, you can probably see it better that way. So it'll do feather sticks. We have fire! Alright friends, so we're back with the Schrade SCHF42 for our final review and thoughts. Nice thing with the Schrade that I absolutely do like is the fact that, it comes with a leather sheath, which is really nice and formed really well. So that's definitely a bonus point. Throw that behind me now. So, as I mentioned before, it is the 42. It is the Griffin design, made by Schrade, obviously, as we said. And it's got a very nice, as I mentioned throughout a couple of the demos and stuff there, that it's got a really nice handle, fits really well. The jimping, I actually don't mind the jimping on this. Unlike on the 37 and the 36, it's not as aggressive, and it is comfortable, with your bare thumb pushed on it. And with a pair of gloves on, like I use most of the time when I am doing anything with a knife, it really turns out and helps and locks in your thumb really well for doing that fine, like I was doing the carving with the spoon and things like that. You can really gain control with the drop point blade on it. So, to get to the specs for the 42, I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget any. As I said, it's the Schrade Frontier Full Tang fixed blade. So it's got the tang going all the way through, and there's a nice jimping on the back of the tang as well, which makes it nice, you know, if you needed to grind anything, or so I was doing before with another stick. Unfortunately, I never caught that, but you know, just kind of pounding it down, flattening it down, or whatever, for whatever you may use it for. As I said, the part number on it is the SCHF42. It's the Schrade Frontier Full Tang Fixed Blade, 1095 high carbon steel blade with the Gervery handles. It comes with the black premium leather belt sheath, as I mentioned. Now the blade length itself is 5.2 inches or 13 centimeters, as well as the handle is 4.83 inches or 12.27 centimeters, making the overall length of the total knife itself is 9.95 inches or 25.27 centimeters. The weight of it is only 0.62 pounds, so it's light, but it's got, I find with it, with the Gervery handles, just enough weight in the handle that you need for doing your tasks and stuff like that. And of course, as I mentioned too, it's got the nice the drop point on it. But I love how, you know, the drop point comes down and it kind of curves in. I actually joke around and I call it a miniature version of a kukri. That's what the blade actually reminds me of, and why I like I say, for, you know, doing the carving, and you can actually get in with your hand on the back of it and kind of get that swooping motion, so you can get some really nice, you know, if you're doing like the feather sticks like I was doing, or carving up the bowl in the spoon, you can get in there and get it nice. So my personal opinion overall, it definitely turns around and makes a great knife. I personally have turned around and come to as I said before, and when I showcased it, using it with my SCH37, and I think it makes a great companion for me. It makes a great companion to go along with the 37, being for those heavier jobs and stuff like that. The 37 for chopping and everything else, and then the 42 for all the nice things, you know, around the campsite, to carving or making feather sticks, all that kind of stuff. The 42 does it really well. So like I say, you may turn on it and like it. You know, if you're interested in it, the cost roughly on it is, I've seen online anywhere from $39.95 to $49.95 for the blade itself, which is not a bad price. Like I say, with Schrade and the design of it, I feel confident that I would turn around and spend that kind of money for a knife, and you know, have a great knife for sure. So the only bad point over the last couple of weeks that I can turn around and say about it that I have, now for some people it may not be an issue, but this is just, once again, my personal opinion. The only bad thing that I can say that I don't like about it is that when it is in the sheath, the leather sheath that it comes with, as you can tell, the belt loop where it turns around and stops, there's still almost a good inch of the top part of the handle that sticks up, and with that jimping on it, I find when you're wearing it on your hip, it tends, or even walking around, this jimping actually tends to move over and kind of sticks you in the side, and after a while, you know, it kind of gets annoying, and yesterday, and then last night I wore it constantly just by itself, because normally, like I say, when I've had it out beforehand, I've always had it attached to the front of my 37. So last night was kind of the test of wearing it just by itself. So I'd probably say in total, I don't know, probably a good 12 hours anyway or more that I just wore it on my hip by itself and just doing stuff around the camp here. And by the end of the night, definitely, it was really starting to be a pain that it was digging in. But other than that, everything else about it, I love. You know, like I say, I think it's a great knife. It definitely makes a great tool, and you know, an added bonus to a heavier knife. Like I say, in my case, for the 37, it makes a great companion. So, if you have any questions, please feel free. Make them in the comments below. And like I say, once again, thanks a lot, guys. And I thank you to Schrade for giving me the honors and the privilege of reviewing my first knife from them that was sent to me to test out and give my opinion of it. So once again, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for all the subs. Everybody, God bless.